Hi everybody and welcome. I hope that you're all doing well. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Please take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the messages that do not. If you're interested in a personal reading, the information on how to book one with me is down below in the description box. Alrighty, y'all, before we get into the cards and all of that, you guys are going to be finding out the reason why somebody here has been holding some type of a grudge towards you. And when you find out this reason, try not to laugh in their face. Because it literally is going to be the most stupidest reason why somebody held a grudge and they retaliated against you. At the end of the day, it really had nothing to do with you, but it was the most pathetic thing that you could ever possibly imagine. I'm going to use this as an example. Somebody was mad at you because you didn't offer them a pencil. But at the same time, you never knew that they wanted the pencil. So instead of them using their voice and speaking up and asking, hey, do you think I can get a pencil? What they did was they ran around and ran their mouth to whoever and be like, can you believe the collective didn't give me a pencil? Now, it's not going to be an actual pencil, but it's going to be the most pathetic. I'm trying to be nice. It's literally the most pathetic excuse and reasoning behind their logic as to why they held a grudge towards you. It's because you didn't give them a pencil, because you didn't know that they needed or wanted the bloody pencil. Like, that's really how stupid this energy feels. It feels stupid, it feels pathetic, and it reminds me of the Taylor Swift song. What is it? Smallest Man Who Ever Lived, and that could be male or female. But somebody is upset that they didn't speak up about their needs, and you didn't read their mind. That they wanted something. This could even be like you went to the bakery and you went out and bought pastries for yourself, and somebody's upset that you didn't offer them a pastry. But how could you possibly know? Like, this could be like a neighbor. Like, for example, like you brought home pastries and your neighbor's upset because you didn't offer them a bloody pastry. Like, that's how pathetic these people are getting. Like, that's how much hate they have towards you. It's actually really just showing how much hate that they have towards themselves and how they're unwilling to use their own power. I don't know if I'm making sense, but so try not to laugh in these people's faces, because it's literally going to be the most stupidest thing that you have ever heard. It really is. But let's get into the cards. We're going to begin with some angel messages, and then we will dive in with the tarot dice, the tarot deck, and a couple of oracles, and we'll see what is going on. Universe, what is going on in collective energy? And what is it that they need to know at this time? We have 99. Completion. A spiritual chapter is closing. Absolutely. We have 10, 11. Manifest from intention, not fear. It's usually right when you're completing a cycle, closing a chapter. It's usually when, you know, the enemy tries to hit the hardest, because they know that their influence is being weakened. But a chapter is closing in your life here. We have 12-12. Divine alignment, ascension, keep your vibration high. 11:33. Use your voice. Inspire others with your truth. You know, once you're presented with the information as to why they were upset with you in the first place, Don't be afraid to use your voice and be like, you know, that was very small of you. You know, don't be mean. Don't laugh, but be like, really? Really? That kind of seems like a very pathetic of you to be mad at me because you didn't speak up. We have 1010. Awakening, stay focused in spiritual acceleration. You're ascending right now because the chapter is completing for you. You're in divine alignment with your assignment, and you're asked to keep your vibration high. Don't allow these pathetic energies to weigh you down. Excuse me. 1711. Be honest. Truth deepens love. You know, being honest is about speaking the truth. And sometimes people can't handle the truth of their own actions. 1177. You're a seeker. Dive deeper. It's time for you to dive deeper here, especially when it comes to your ascension. Don't be afraid to ask more questions. Don't be afraid to have the universe reveal things to you in dreams as well. You know, ask and you shall receive. Don't be afraid before you go to bed at night, and just say a prayer to whoever you believe in, whatever deity you worship, right? Or to your ancestors, and be like, hey, you know, is there anything that I need to know? Reveal it to me in my dreams, right before you go to sleep, right? In the highest love and light. We have 111. New beginnings. Manifestation is instant. Thoughts equal reality. We have one card that is flipped over. 1199. Complete the old to activate the new. We're starting here with a completion, and it's asking you to complete the old. So maybe it's in the way that you handle this situation and the way that you receive this, right? Maybe back in the day, you would be like, all right, well, you know what? Let me, lash out and be angry. But maybe now you just need to be calm and be like, wow, that was very small of you. Right? Instantly alchemize the energy they tried sending towards you. Instantly transmute it. Instantly hold that mirror up to their face and be like, wow, you really were that pathetic? And don't be afraid to call somebody pathetic if you feel like they're acting pathetic. Especially when it comes to something that's not even your problem in the first place. But that's the problem. People want to weigh you down because they want you to be the old you. They want you to feel like you're still the problem. You should have known, right? Because they want you to continue being a people pleaser. They want you to, you know, hand out pencils to everybody. Because you're supposed to know who needs a pencil. 222. Alignment, trust the process. Everything is working out. Everything is working out for your favor. I think people are seeing their own shortcomings, and they're trying to take their shortcomings out on you, collective. But the difference now between then is that that cycle is completed. That chapter is closed. You're no longer allowing people's shortcomings to be your problem or to affect you in any kind of way or to make you feel any certain way. You're using your voice, and you're speaking your truth, and you're being honest. And many people cannot handle truth. They say they want to handle truth, but they cannot handle the truth. Truth deepens love. It does, because it shows your authenticity. It shows other people that it's okay to be real. Alrighty, y'all. Let's see what's going on in the energy. This part might get a little loud, so if you're sensitive to sound, I do recommend lowering the volume. Universe, what is going on in the collective energy, and what is it that they need to know at this time? The Page of Wands reversed and the Queen of Cups upright. Somebody here did something without thinking. Plain and simple. They rushed through something. Now they're seeing the error of their ways on how they were. Maybe that's why they're telling you now, because maybe now they want to come clean. They want to come clean about something. We have the High Priestess here. You might have known that something here was off. You might have sensed a shift here with whoever you've been dealing with. Like, you knew that. Something about knowing that somebody here was treating you a little bit different. Like, something was off. Or somebody here was off, and you couldn't quite put your finger as to why. But when you find out the reason, maybe because you ask. You're being truthful. You're like, hey, so, like, why have things been a little weird? Right? Why have you been treating me different, you know, the past couple of days or whatever? And they're going to be like, oh, well, you know, I saw you with all those pencils and, you know, you didn't give me a pencil. And you're like, okay, well, I didn't know you wanted a pencil. Again, it's like that type of energy of like somebody here, like really more feeling envious of what it is that you have and them feeling more upset that they're unable to provide it for themselves. Even though, I mean, you can buy a pencil for like $1. I think they come in packs for $1, for crying out loud. I mean, back to school season's going to be starting soon. I'm sure you can find a pack of pencils at Walmart. You know, it's something so minuscule that you're just like, seriously? The Page of Wands in the reverse, this is news about somebody's recklessness and impulsiveness. Somebody here was trying to skip some kind of steps, trying to avoid some kind of accountability with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. They were trying to quickly rush through something. Five of Swords, all because they wanted to win at all costs. They didn't care who they hurt because they themselves felt hurt. They wanted to be like... I just heard Macho Man, but it doesn't have to be like an actual like man. It could be male or female. But this is like somebody who wanted to be like the top dog, right? The one that everyone's going to give their pencil to. I don't know why I'm on this pencil kick today, but I am. We're just going with it. We have the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is somebody very kind, very nurturing, very compassionate. But this is somebody here who's not going to allow themselves or their emotions to be played with. You know, she's the Queen of Cups. She can have compassion and understanding all she wants, but she's also going to look at you and be like, you know, you really shouldn't have done that in the first place. She's not going to brush it over, male or female. And we have the Ten of Wands. Again, tens are completions. They're endings. All of those burdens that were placed upon you, maybe now you're going to start looking at this person even differently now. And they're going to get exactly what they didn't want. The fact that now you're going to be like, all right, well, you know what? Now I need to be more protected and guarded around these types of people, because if they're willing to get upset over a goddamn pencil, what other things are they getting upset about? What other bigger things are they getting upset about? And some of you could even be called to even move in silence right now with this High Priestess card. Not everything needs to be shared. Maybe some things need to be kept closely guarded to you and Source in the universe. This could have something to do with some of your blessings that you have coming in. Because you know the truth now with the Two of Swords here, reversed. Like, you're no longer blinded by the truth or from the truth. We have the Hermit. You are a very wise individual. You're somebody here who carries a sacred flame. You carry the light. You're not afraid to go within, to ask yourself those deeper questions, especially with this Queen of Cups energy. You're like, why would somebody treat me like this, right? It's like you break it down. Wow, the way that I pictured it, it's like you create like this profile. You know, kind of like the BAU, the Behavioral Analysis Unit from Criminal Minds, right? You get down to the nitty-gritty. And we have strength right here. You are persevering. You're pushing through. You're putting... It's not about overcoming the ego, but learning how to work with it and not leading with the ego. And I feel like that's what you're doing right now, but you're still being brave. You're persevering. You're letting yourself roar. You're letting yourself be heard by your roar, but you're not... It's like you're roaring, but you're not, what is it, slashing with your, I don't even know if that's what lions do with their claws, like when they try to attack you. That's not what you're doing. We have the Four of Swords. Something here is being laid to rest. This could even be an old version of you because people are realizing that you're not stupid, you're not naive as you once were. And you're not afraid to flip things back on to their owners. Or maybe you need to not be afraid. Ace of Cups reverse. Yeah, somebody here did not lead with love. They have not led with love. Maybe because they're not loving on themselves. So they're looking for that love in other people. Again, if they want a pencil, go buy yourself a pencil. Or ask. And that's the problem. People don't ask, but then they feel like, oh, what is wrong with me? People don't read minds. Universe, tell us more. Those games that people used to play with you are no longer working. And people are getting, I want to say upset, more upset with themselves. They don't like the fact that you have been able to heal and evolve. Some of you guys could be dealing with a Virgo or a Leo here, or you could be a Virgo or a Leo. You could have that somewhere in your chart. I do have Sagittarius energy here, Aquarius as well. Universe, tell us more, please. Wow, we have the High Priestess right there. You are in divine alignment, and people are upset that they can't read you. They can't read you anymore. Four of Cups. And the Emperor here. They don't like the fact that you're bossing up. And there's that Hermit. Again, they don't like the fact that you're bossing up. That you're becoming a wise individual here. Some of you could be spending a lot more alone time with that High Priestess and Hermit energy, but it's like you've been preparing for this leadership role by stepping into your soul's mission here, because you're no longer preoccupied with what else is going on, or preoccupied with people trying to tug you in different directions. And that's what they do by trying to make it feel like it's your problem that you didn't give them the pencil that they needed, that nobody knew that they needed. Again, I'm still on that pencil kick. That's what they wanted. They wanted you focused on their problems. They wanted you focused on filling their cup. But you became more wise here, and now you're moving differently. What's behind this? The Seven of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. People can't defend themselves anymore. Whatever they've done is indefensible. They know it. Even though they've owned up to it, but owning up is part of the process of redemption for them. It's part of the process. People are recognizing that. And maybe part of this too was, part of that was maybe it was individuals here that may have been trying to control you with like certain things, or trying to feel like they had some kind of control over you. Like, for example, like maybe I'm going back to that whole pencil thing, right? Maybe you didn't know that somebody needed the pencil, so you didn't give them a pencil. So what do? When they retaliated against you, it's like they did something purposely to take something away from you. Or to pull back their help. Or, to go against their word that they gave you. Because they felt offended by your actions. And you're like, all right, fine. Well, if you're going to show me that I can't really rely on you, and that you're just going to pull back the moment that you get your feelings hurt and not open up and express it in the moment, then I don't need you in my life or in that same capacity that you were in before. You can stand on your own. You're very independent, and maybe that's what part of the problem, part of the envy that these people have, is that you're independent. You can rely on yourself. With the Hermit energy, you're not afraid to be alone. You're very peaceful when you're alone. You have inner peace, and that's something people can't rob from you, no matter how much they try to claim that it's your fault that they don't have a pencil. And here they are looking at you with your cup full of pencils. I don't know why. I'm on a pencil kick. Universe, tell us more. 10 of Cups reversed. This is not happily ever after for somebody. And the Knight of Wands. See, this 10 of Wands is upright, meaning that you're going through a positive ending here where you're realizing that some burdens that have been placed upon you, they were never yours to carry in the first place. So you're deciding to cross the finish line and drop the burdens that never belonged to you. Meanwhile, this 10 of Cups in the reverse, it's an ending for them, but it's not a happy one, right? Because upright, this is, you know, happily ever after. But in the reverse, it's like, oh, wait. So there's an emotional ending that is taking place here for someone because of their recklessness, because of their impulsiveness, because of them not being able to control their own anger with the Knight of Wands in the reverse. Somebody who lashes out. You don't have time for that type of energy, for somebody to take out their own problems on other people. We have the Page of Swords at the bottom of the deck. This is truth. This is also research. This is looking deeper into things. Queen of Cups reversed, Queen of Wands reversed, and the Five of Wands. This is realizing and gaining the evidence that you need to know that somebody here is just looking for attention. They want to start fights within their own community, within their own group. This could be family, friends, lover, business. But the Five of Wands traditionally talks about, for example, like the sports team. I'm going to use the Patriots because I'm in New England, right? This is the Patriots coming together for their practice, right? Or their rehearsal, or, you know, whatever. However you want to frame it, right? And it's supposed to be the team practicing together to sharpen their own skills, right? It's about friendly competition, right? Because you still want that rivalry, because you still want your people to push you, but in a good, positive way, right? But I feel like somebody here was taking that competition to a little bit too extreme, right? And when it comes to the team, right, for example, when it comes to the Patriots or whatever, everybody has their own different role to play, right? You have the quarterback, then you have, oh my God, I know nothing about football. Why did I choose football? You have the people on the sidelines. You have, you know, everyone plays their own role and position, right? Everyone has their own job, right? There's defense, there's offense, whatever. Everyone plays their own role. So this could be somebody here who doesn't want to play their own role with this Four of Cups, right? Is upset that you're playing the role that you're going to play, so now they're in competition with you for your role. But they're trying to talk you out of your role because they want your role. That's ultimately what this person is going through. For whatever reason, I don't know. That's between them and their shrink. And if they don't have one, then I recommend they get one. This is somebody here whose emotions are all over the place with the Queen of Cups and the Queen of Wands reverse. Somebody here who lashes out. Maybe you've been seeing this. And this is about, I feel like this is somebody here who's older, but yet they're very immature, very unwise, very reckless, very impulsive, very driven by anger, very driven by, oh, I'll get back at you type of energy because you hurt me, because you didn't know I needed that pencil. And this definitely could be a soulmate of some sort with this lovers in the Hierophant reverse. Somebody here who's uncommitted, unfaithful, corrupt organization here. Corrupt group, a corrupt leader. And maybe they don't like the fact that you're outshining them naturally just by being you, because this was the role that you were always meant to fulfill. Whatever that role is for you, whatever it is that you do, whoever you are authentically, I feel like you're just trying to live your best life. And I don't feel like you're being mean to other people. I don't feel like you're kicking their dogs, so to speak. I don't feel like you're doing anything to rub anything in anyone else's faces, but that's the way that they're taking it because they're lacking within themselves. And that's just the truth. Not all soulmates are meant to be in our life forever. Some are meant to be in our life only for a season. They're definitely meant to teach us some kind of a lesson. I think somebody here was really most likely competing with themselves, but taking that competition out on you. So putting you through unnecessary burdens and obstacles with this Ten of Wands, all to try and make themselves feel better. And it may have worked for a little bit of time. But because you're wise now, you've asked your questions. You've asked those questions, those whys, right? Those questions that nobody else wants to ask. And you've gained the insight here with the Page of Swords. Universe, tell us more. The Fool reverse. Somebody is just going around in circles. The Queen of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Moon reverse, and the Two of Pentacles. You made a choice here. You made a choice with that Two of Pentacles in the reverse. And I feel like that choice had something to do with not accepting an illusion or a projection here. Maybe somebody here was expecting you, like, when you find out the reason why, maybe they were expecting you to be like, it's okay, I forgive you, I understand. But I don't think you're doing that this time. Maybe that's part of the closing out the old. Right, where's that card? Complete the old to activate the new. Right? And it's standing firm on business, holding people accountable, right? Not just allowing it to brush over and be like, oh, it's okay. It's okay. No, sometimes it's not okay. It's not okay. And the Queen of Swords is not afraid to speak her goddamn truth. You're real. You're authentic. You expect people to treat you how you treat them. But the difference is people want to treat you however they see fit, or however they think they see fit. Somebody here is going through extreme guilt, and now they're stressed out here because I feel like somebody here created a mountain out of a molehill, all because of a pencil. For the record, the whole pencil situation did not happen to me. I was just using that as an example. I'm not mad at somebody because they didn't ask me for a pencil. I just want that to be very, very clear. Either way, somebody here is they're too afraid to take a leap of faith. This is somebody who has no faith in themselves. They have no faith in the universe. Four Swords reversed. Something here is being finally let go. Maybe you're being resurrected here because you stood in truth, or you're going to be standing in truth, and that's somebody's worst nightmare coming true. Because whatever power they thought they had over you with whatever illusion they were trying to cast, you saw right through it, or you're going to be seeing right through, and you're going to be breaking it. And people can't stop you from manifesting, from moving forward, from getting more than what you have now. Hell, some of you are going to be opening up your own pencil factory. You're going to go from having a cup of pencils to a factory of pencils. Strong Cancer and Sagittarius energy here. But you made a choice, and because you made a decision, you bounced something back, right? What goes around comes back around. You chose not to accept it as yours. And you're like, okay, if that's how you feel, then that's something you need to work on. And that's what somebody here is not expecting, you to put it back onto them. Let them keep what they conjured. Let them keep what they conjured. That's the best return to sender you can do, just by using your own words and holding them accountable. It doesn't matter who this person is. Like I said, family, friend, lover, business. I don't care if this person is your parent. Do not allow people to mistreat you, and stand firm on business and stand firm on your truth and your authenticity. I think people now realizing because of that one little tiny thing that now you are no longer going to be sharing anything with those people. Because that's how pathetic and small it was. And now you're like, okay, well, now I'm going to be moving differently around you. So it's like an enemy is literally going to be revealing themselves to you. 30-30 on the timer. Universe, tell us more, please. The Three of Pentacles. Yeah, now they want to work together with you because you're the emperor. You're the boss, male or female here. You're doing what is best for everybody involved. You're the rightful leader. You're the true heir of something. Wow, people didn't want to believe in your authority. This could even be like your spiritual authority here. Either way, this is a blow to somebody's ego with this Ten of Swords. The wait is over for your victory. Yes, collective. Wow, you let go of something or someone, or it's like you reevaluated the value that somebody brought into your life and why you were holding them to a certain position. You know, like, this is finding out that, like, realizing that your friend was never really your friend in the first place. And you're like, okay, well, you have just been downgraded on the Christmas card list, right? That's what I do. Listen, you can tell where your relationship is with me by my Christmas card that I send you. If you only get a Christmas card with my cats on it, we're not really that close. Just saying. But if you get one with the whole family, then we are that close. Oh yeah, I give different Christmas cards to different types of relationships. I'm that bitch. These are people who wanted to work with you, but I feel like they mostly wanted you to work with them or for them in some kind of way, right? Here you are putting in all the work and effort, and here they are like, well, but no, I think you should do it like this, or I think you should do it like that. Like, they wanted to be in charge. King of Wands reverse and the Nine of Pentacles. This could be a father figure for some of y'all. Doesn't have to be. It could be a masculine or a feminine here in masculine energy. But again, the King of Wands reverse, same thing with the Queen of Wands reverse. This could be a whole couple. Or it could be a whole group of like-minded, small-minded individuals who are just very angry with the choices that they've made in their life. And the fact that you have learned differently. And here you are, still standing independent and free. Wow, we have a King of Cups in the reverse, too. And strength. You have been very strong throughout this. People here have been blinded to their own inactions, to their own greed, to their own selfishness. The King of Cups in the reverse is somebody who is very selfish. It's always me, I, and I. Well, I really wanted that pencil. So why didn't you just fucking ask for it? Like, that's really what I'm feeling the energy off of this collective. You're like, all right, like, I'm getting a lot of tears. I'm getting a lot of, well, me, but why didn't you just fucking ask for it, plain and simple? You know what happens when you assume? You make an ass of you and me. Right? And then these people who assume, then they run their mouth to other people, and then they create this negative entity with all this negative energy and this hate and this virtual, that I probably said the word wrong, but that they're just creating something, and then they want you to carry it. And what happens when you give it back to them? Like, no, this is your child. You can burp it. It's not my responsibility. You created it. You must now deal with it. Universe, tell us more. Eight of Wands reversed, the Page of Cups, and the Page of Wands reversed. So this is somebody wanting to come in and offer you an apology here, but they don't really mean it. They're just feeling overwhelmed and stressed out because you're deciding to drop the burden. And now they must take accountability and responsibility here because their plans are not working out, and somebody here wants you to come back into perfect union with them. Yeah, because they want to win at all costs, because they know that you know what your value is. Maybe now they're seeing what your true value is, the value that they didn't want to admit before, that, oh my god, you actually bring something to the table. Somebody here is headed for a destined loss with the Wheel of Fortune reverse. I don't feel like it's you. Somebody here is going to be receiving news that they don't want to hear, and that's because they tried to control a situation. They tried to tell you what to do. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. Strong Pisces energy here. We have the Page of Wands here in reverse twice. Somebody here is reacting very negatively over a decision that you've made. But you know the truth. You know what's been revealed to you. Your prayers are being answered at this time. You're getting ready to start a brand new cycle. Your ascension has officially begun. Your next level. And people know that whatever blocks they try to create for you, it's no longer sticking, and they can't stop what's about to happen next. You know, they did this intentionally, or the way that they treated you intentionally, to try and stifle you, to try and hold you back. All for them. Instead of working with you. Because I feel like you're coming from a complete, honest, and genuine point of view place as the Queen of Cups. I feel like you would have helped these people out regardless. Five of Cups. Now they're grieving over a loss. And that's you. Because they know you're never coming back like how you used to be. They have been downgraded and demoted, and now they know it. Now they know it, and you refuse to accept their apology. Even though there is still forgiveness there on your end, you're like, you know what, well, I forgive you because you didn't know any better, but again, that's still not my problem to heal. That's still yours, even though I thank you for explaining it to me on why you are upset, but that still has nothing to really do with me. You pretty much told somebody, you know what, you gotta do better. Let me clean this up, and we're going to pull out some more. Universe, tell us more. Wow. Gossip. Fake people. Wearing a mask, not wanting to own their shit. Gossiping about the fact that you're in the process of creation right now. Universe, please tell us more. Because you're creating the life that you want. Universe, tell us more. Renewal. And abundance. You are receiving abundance here, collective. Your energy is being renewed. It's being restored here. We have soulmate. We have dissipating and rejection. So we have a soulmate here, or an ex-soulmate, who is dissipating from your life. You've look at that. This guy with all of those spirits swirling around him. You rejected whatever entity, whatever energy they were creating towards you to make you... See, the problem is, when they said this to you, they felt rejected. Right? So they were trying to make you feel rejected. Right? Trying to do an eye for an eye type of energy here against somebody who had pure and kind intentions from the rip. And that's where they fucked up. That's where they went wrong. You're being impartial. You're looking at the truth, at the facts, at the evidence, not about the feelings. And people can't stand the fact that you have faith and that you're being renewed. This is also gaining some kind of an enlightenment. This even talks about an ascension here. All because you found a different way. You didn't let your fear get to you. You've been dealing with people here who have been extremely fearful in life. These are people who've never been able to overcome their own shadow. And here you are with your little lantern like, well, I know a shadow doesn't exist without light. A true shadow knows that. These are people who have allowed fear and anxiety to dictate all of their life choices. And you decided to not allow that to happen because you've seen how it played out in front of you. Acceptance. You've accepted something for what it is. And that has given you growth. Universe, please tell us more. Please tell us more for the collective. You found a different way. You didn't give up. You just found a different way. You were very resourceful. And don't let anyone ever make you feel bad for your resourcefulness. See, somebody was trying to put you under some kind of unjust persecution here with this judication card. It could be a Libra here somehow. Somebody was definitely trying to create some kind of injustice here by, I don't know, creating some kind of perjury to go up against you. You're receiving great fortune, abundance and great fortune, and they couldn't rob it from you. I couldn't rob it from you because you put in the hard work and effort here to get yourself out of poverty. Male or female, you're becoming a wealthy individual here. Or you could be attracting the eyes of wealthy individuals. Somebody here is upset that they couldn't get you binded or bound or stuck or contracted with them. You could have even recently cut cords. Maybe you did a massive cord cutting ritual here to remove any cords that no longer serve you. That actually reminds me, hopefully by next month, by beginning of August, maybe beginning of September, my channel is going to be going through a massive upgrade here. I no longer resonate with the name Lost Boy because I don't feel like I'm lost. I know exactly where I am and I know exactly who I am. And I have been thinking about opening up more of my shamanic practices that I do personally for myself and introducing that into my channel. So I will be doing mass deliverance cord cuttings on here. So be on the lookout for that. But maybe you ask the divine or your ancestors or your divine council or whatever deity you decide to work with to help remove any unwanted cords from your life. And maybe that happened. Maybe these people have been trying to latch themselves onto you. Maybe by trying to claim that you were a false person, but you're not. The people who have been wearing their masks are now slowly cracking. People are now starting to see you for who you really are in the first place. And now they can't deny that there has been a renewal within your energy and that you're accessing your divine abundance here and you're receiving some kind of great fortune. Blessings on top of blessings are going to be flowing on top of you now. And all this had to do with was just a shift of mindset and what you were willing to accept. These could be people here who know that you're a master transmuter, You're constantly transmuting energy, you're constantly alchemizing energy, and they were trying to keep you in a frame of mind where you would do it for them by putting all those burdens on top of you. But what happens when you stay still, go within as the hermit, ask the questions to the universe like the high priestess, and what happens when you gain all the information and you realize that, whoa, that's not me. You separate yourself from the situation, which automatically cuts a cord all in itself. You've put in the work, you've put in the effort. This was definitely a test of faith for y'all. Maybe the universe wanted to see how faithful you would remain, or maybe these people were even trying to break or shatter your faith in some kind of way, but it didn't work. Courthouse. It's going in your favor. This 23 breaks down to a 5, which is bringing in change. And this 26 breaks down to an 8. What goes around comes back around. And this 30 breaks down to a 3, which is a master builder number. You are building at a rapid pace. Excuse me. I love the taste of watermelon. Universe, please give us some character clues. Please give us some character clues. I just heard mustard. Something here about mustard. I don't know if somebody likes mustard or if you like mustard. Somebody here is obsessed with mustard. Universe. Please give us some character clues. Somebody here could be extremely orthodox. We have Gen X. Somebody here could be Gen X or from Generation X. We have a mole. Somebody here could have a mole. Somebody could be very flashy, wear vibrant apparel, they like to show off. Maybe it's this orthodox person. Somebody here who is dead set in their ways. This could be like an orthodox religion, or somebody who is extremely old school. We have a woman here at the bottom of the deck. This could be a woman, an old school woman here who likes to be very flashy. Doesn't have to be. We have facial here. Maybe this woman needs to shave her mustache. Again, not throwing out any shade. I'm just saying. If you have money to spend on vibrant clothes, you can go to a threader. Again, not throwing any shade, just being real. Or this could be a man. Somebody could have facial hair, scruff, low profile. We do have an Aries. Somebody here could have a white-collar job. We do have a Scorpio here involved. Or you could be a Scorpio. We also have a Libra here at the bottom of the deck. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Even Mars is what I just heard. That Libra wanted to come out. There's definitely a couple of people here involved. I mean, something here about a hive, right? Like-minded energies tend to usually stick in a hive. And usually when people are trying to... When people are trying to distort things with that moon, trying to cast an illusion or cast a projection, they can't do it alone because you need other people to back up the story. Do you get what I'm saying? This could be a sibling, your brother or sister here could be involved somehow. Maybe it is your brother or your sister who's very jealous and envious of you, or I don't know, maybe your parents teamed up with your sibling. We have Jewish. Somebody here could be Jewish or of Jewish descent. Somebody here could have a round face. Somebody here could drive a white car. Somebody here could have red lips. Maybe they wear a lot of lipstick. Somebody here could wear a uniform. Could be police. Maybe they wear a uniform for work. Maybe security, or I don't know. This uniform's right on top of this Orthodox. I don't know if this is like somebody here who is dead set in their ways, or somebody here who maybe, you know how like some people wear like the same type of clothing, or like they're very predictable. This could be somebody here who's very predictable. Somebody here who's unwilling to branch out or try something new. We have father here at the bottom of the deck. Somebody here could be, it could be your father. Somebody here could be a father. You could be a father. Take it however it resonates. Somebody here could be of European descent, or they could be from Europe. Somebody here could drive an SUV. That white car wanted to come out. Somebody here could be pagan. Maybe somebody here doesn't like your views, your faith, because it goes against theirs. But again, you're your own person. Maybe they should continue to stay focused on their God and you focus on yours. Somebody here is definitely very traditional, and I feel like, collective, you're more eclectic. We have a beauty mark here at the bottom of the deck in green clothing. Somebody here could have a beauty mark. Somebody could wear a lot of green. Maybe their green is part of their uniform. Universe, give us some more character clues. Somebody here could have a double chin or a butt chin. Again, I'm not coming at you. I have a butt chin. Somebody could wear a lot of lip plumper, or somebody could use Botox. Doesn't have to use Botox like on their face. This could be somebody here who uses Botox for like a for medical help. Like I know you can get Botox for like to help you with your bladder. I know you can get Botox to help you with migraines and whatever other issues that you may be having as well. So keep that in mind. Somebody here could be very young in age or maturity. Somebody could wear cornrows or cornrows, however you want to pronounce it. It could be a boomer here involved. There's a Gen X and a boomer. Somebody here could be a brunette. Like maybe your sibling's a Gen Xer, or maybe you're younger. I don't know. Somebody here definitely teamed up with somebody older than them. Maybe a parent or a grandparent or something. To cast an illusion over you. You know, it's like these people had their mind made up on who you were without actually even trying to get to know you. They made up their mind based on what other people said. Which is sad. You should get to know people on their own merits. Somebody here could be elderly, this boomer. Maybe somebody here needs a senior discount. And again, I say that with no shade. Somebody here could be Hispanic or Latino. I mean, this person can buy their own pencil with a senior discount, for crying out loud. Universe, tell us more. Give us some more character clues. Somebody who definitely likes to dress nicely. Brand name, suit and tie. Always trying to overdress for an occasion. You know, this is somebody who's going to the beach and they're wearing, like, you know, the most extravagant gown that they could find. It's like, bitch, you're going to the beach. Somebody here could drive a beige or tan car. We do have immature at the bottom of the deck. These people are immature. Somebody here could have short hair. Another person could have long hair. Or maybe somebody recently cut their long hair to short hair. Like, maybe somebody got a bob or, like, a pixie cut. Somebody here could be a white American or like a first-generation American. Maybe, I don't know, we do have Europe here. Like maybe, I don't know, maybe your family is European and they're very orthodox and very traditional, and, you know, you're a first-generation American and you don't have to abide by those old traditional rules. Universe, what is the tea? What is the tea for the collective, please? Giving money. Somebody wants to bribe you because they're going to be going under legal issues for what they did to you. So maybe the bribe isn't working, so now they're trying to intimidate you. It's people who are stalking you because they're holding a grudge. Sorry, I don't mean to throw my cards down, but the way that the universe comes through and confirms at the end what was said in the beginning is just beautiful. All because they hate your happiness. But what they did was this was more than just one instance. Something here became a pattern of abuse. That's why they're under legal issues. This could even be somebody here who was doing things because they were trying to get a handout from you. Trying to look you up, researching you, so that they know they can figure out what they're up to, all because they're, a spiritual hater. But yet they're crying over you. They're sad and upset that you didn't know that they wanted a pencil. Dust it off, because none of this has to do with you. I'm angry for you, collective. Like, I kind of want to stab them in the eye with that pencil for you, because this shit is just so stupid. Sometimes people are just so stupid, and sometimes you gotta call it like it is. Somebody could be catching a case, sexual infection, sexual disease, a rash, or somebody could just be like catching a legal case or a spiritual case. People here have just been trying to steal your ideas and your creativity because these people married for money. They do everything for money. All of their relationships are centered around money or what they can get out of a situation. Nothing here is based or rooted in love. And here you are traveling because you're uninterested. If it isn't genuine and authentic, it isn't for you. You don't do strings attached anymore. Universe, tell us more for the collective. It's time for you to move in silence. It's time for you to move in silence because these people are played out. You already know the game that they're playing. You saw it firsthand. They taught you everything that you know. So you can be happy in that regards. They taught you everything that you know. Your light irritates their demons. So they want to start a girl fight? They want to start an argument, physical fight, at war, trying to compete with you because you're too busy winning? Naturally excelling at what you're good at? Universe, tell us more. Ooh. Somebody who's been trying to force their way in, trying to force things on you because you hurt their ego, all because they felt rejected by you. Trying to use scarcity tactics here to try and corner you in, all because they hate your happiness. But yet they're obsessed with you and they're holding a grudge because you're too busy winning, naturally excelling at what you're good at. So now they're trying to threaten and intimidate you because they're going on their legal issues. They're just making their own case. They are just making their own case. These people could be like using scarcity tactics, like, oh well, you didn't give me that pencil, so like, say this is even like business here, or I don't want to use business. This could be somebody here that, I don't know, maybe you relied on them for something. Or maybe they let you borrow something, right? And because their feelings were hurt, right? Because their ego was hurt, because they felt rejected because you didn't give them the pencil, because you didn't know they needed the pencil. This could be somebody who was like using the scarcity. All right, well, you know that thing that I let you borrow? Well, can you give that back to me? Or this could be somebody who physically gave you something and they're like, well, if you're not using it, I would like it back. And it's very convenient, the timing of when that happens. These people are hooked. They're hooked on spiritually hating you because they spiritually hate themselves. They're confined to their own traditional rules. Universe, tell us more. Somebody who could even be doing drugs. Maybe that's why their feelings are all over the place and their mentality is all over the place because of all the substances that they're on. This could be somebody who are abusing their own prescription medication. You know, drugs rewire your neural pathways. Universe, tell us more. Bad choices. These people made bad choices. All because they're haters. And here you are, just tired of the bloody drama, and these people don't want to hear it, that they're just being copycats. These are people who don't have an original thought of their own. Right? They're always chasing the next best thing, the most prettiest thing, trying to keep up with everybody else around them, trying to keep up that image. You know what I mean? Oh, did you see the new car that I bought? You know, it's like the type of person that always trades their car in like every year. I used to know people like that. I used to be one of those people. I won't be honest. I did. And now I don't give a fuck. I purposely do not buy new cars. You already know all of the tea about how these people are trying to betray you, how they're just full of drama. There's definitely been some kind of investigation here. Somebody has seen the truth. Somebody is being kicked to the curb because they're a fake friend trying to burn evidence because they're going through a bank failure. Trying to keep you a secret, maybe keep what they've done to you a secret because they're highly envious here and they're extremely depressed about themselves and they keep cheating. Family, friend, lover, business. They keep cheating on you to do drugs. All because they want a handout, being a bugaboo. Trying to use scarcity tactics, but people have been seeing what these people have been doing behind the scenes. They are making their own case, just like I said. Some of you, you're going to be presented with enough evidence here where you could file a defamation lawsuit. You could. And you probably are. Because you're like, well, you shouldn't have done that, and I'm going to hold you accountable. But maybe that's why these people are trying to keep you in their good graces, because they know they've gone and fucked up. They know they've gone and fucked up. You already know the tea. You know what's up. Universe, give us one more. All because you rejected somebody? Or rejected something that wasn't in your highest alignment? You did something for you, and again, somebody took something personal? All because of their outdated thinking, their outdated beliefs? Somebody are still being kicked to the curb. They wanted an eye for an eye. You don't think that the universe is going to get an eye for an eye? It's like somebody are kicking you out because you didn't get, or kicking you out of their energy, right? By that whole instance with the whole pencil thing, right? That's essentially kicking you to the curb, and now the universe is like, all right, well, now I'm going to show you how it feels. Universe, please tell us more. Why did I flip that? Why did I flip that? These people could even be trying to have you act out of character. Maybe they were able to at one point. Universe, please tell us more for the collective. Guarded and closed off, emotionally reserved and reluctant to open up to others, often due to past negative experiences over fear of vulnerability. These people are guarded and closed off, and they wanted you to be guarded and closed off. They're using gaslighting tactics, denying someone's reality or perceptions to make them doubt their sanity. They wanted to doubt your sanity to make it feel like it was your fault and your problem that they didn't have the pencil that you didn't even know they wanted. That gaslighting came out. Karma is playing out right now. People have been having secret meetings about you. You should feel special, collective. A whole group of people are having secret meetings about you. Gathering where the discussions and decisions are meant to be kept confidential. Business strategies, political negotiations, or personal affairs. Secret meetings happening about you. All because these people are closed off and guarded. Somebody here could be a creep, very unpleasant, awkward, unsettling. People are creepy. And that just, with that creepy, that's giving me people who like to overstep their boundaries. Like asking you questions, again, trying to get that information on you, like, hey, so when was the last time that you wiped your ass? Do you wipe from front to back? You know, like people asking questions that really have no pertinence to anything. It has nothing to do with them. People living beyond their means, spending more than one earns, using credit or loans to cover expenses. We have an alibi. Somebody here has been trying to use you as an alibi, or maybe they've been using each other as an alibi in that secret meeting, and be like, well, if this comes out, you know, this is the backup plan. I'm going to be the alibi, or you're going to be the alibi, but you're the one that's going to do that. I don't know. This is just wild. These people spend all of this time and effort to concoct all this for little old collective. When if they just exerted all of this energy, all of this planning, all of these secret meetings, all of this, into actually doing something for themselves instead of coming after you, then they wouldn't have to live beyond their means. You're spending your time wisely, is the point that I'm really trying to make. There could be a whole cold case that is being solved here right now. Somebody has just been trying to be your handler. Somebody's been trying to pull the strings, trying to hold you hostage. Wow. Somebody could even be trying to cover up for a peeping Tom, a creepy peeping Tom. Somebody here is extremely angry. We have wrath. Extreme anger that expresses itself in a desire to punish someone or seeking revenge. Peeping Tom, a person who derives sexual pleasure from secretly watching people undressing or engaging in sexual activity. You listen, it's 2025. You don't have to be a peeping Tom. It's called being a cuck. Like, that's totally fine. Live your best life. Enjoy your kinks. You don't have to be creepy about it. I'm just keeping it real. All because of somebody's childhood trauma. Distressing experiences during a child's formative years that overwhelm their ability to cope, leading to lasting negative impacts. You know what? We're gonna clarify that, peeping Tom, because that's unsettling. So it's like they're attacking you for being honest and authentic, but yet having secret meetings to protect a creep? To protect a sexual deviant? Who's breaking the law? Who's maybe even involved in some kind of cold case? Maybe that's the case that they're getting? Universe, please help me clarify this peeping Tom. Somebody's name could be Tom. Doesn't have to be. You remember Tom from MySpace? You know, our first friend on MySpace? Yeah, that's how old I am, people. Universe, tell me about this peeping Tom. The Seven of Pentacles reversed. The Page of Pentacles. Somebody here could have even been like, not only when they were peeping Tomming, like maybe they were even recording it and like, I don't know, selling it on the black market here. Maybe somebody thought that, you know, this is how they would get their riches here. Somebody thought that they were going to be able to get away with this and they were going to be victorious. Maybe this is this cold case. Somebody here was doing this out of extreme need. Tell me more about this peeping Tom. Knight of Wands reversed. The Two of Wands reversed. The Page of Cups and the Star. Whew, the universe is on their ass. Somebody here who thought that they were trying to control the situation. This could even be somebody here who probably never wanted to be caught for being a peeping Tom. and was trying to divert everyone else's attention away from them and their creepiness and what they had going on behind the scenes, but focused on you, so that way they could still linger in the dark and do whatever the hell they thought that they could do. They thought they got away with something, but they didn't. This could even have been somebody here who even created a false report against you in order to have you looked into, but all they ended up doing was getting the heat and the attention turned on them because the evidence turned up that you're just being real, you're being yourself, you're not doing anything that they said that you were doing. No matter how many people tried to be an alibi, no matter how many people here could have even committed perjury. Which again creates a case. Because do you really think that the authorities are not going to investigate thoroughly? Alrighty, y'all. We are going to close this out with an affirmation. An oracle. Wow, 1:11:11 on the timer. We're going to close this out with an affirmation, with an oracle, and then we're going to read from the Book of Happy. Universe, please give us an affirmation for the collective. Okay, that was way too many. Universe, please give us one affirmation for the collective. It's 9:11. It's 9:11 p.m. right now. Somebody here could be needing some help. Don't take it personally. I love the whole right back to the beginning. If someone starts to speak unkindly to me, I'll remember that they've got something going on that has nothing to do with me. Like maybe they just pooped their pants. Yes, that's probably it. Or they're about to poop their pants once they found out that they didn't get away with all their nasty. Universe, please give us a final message for the collective. I'm doing so much better. I'm down to like a quarter of a pack of cigarettes a day. I am so proud of myself. Universe, please give us a final message. Perseverance, 28, which breaks down to a 10, which also breaks down to a 1. Endings and new beginnings. You are likely to see financial or other tangible rewards for all of your hard work. Ganesha's tusk represents hard work in completing the task at hand. There is a legend included in some manuscripts of the Mahabharata about Ganesha breaking his own tusk off to continue writing the Mahabharata epic as Vyasa was dictating it to him. Ganesha's tusk is interpreted as a symbol of sacrifice and strength and demonstrates that it is important to finish what you start. If you have been working hard or putting extra effort, denied. If you have been working hard or putting extra effort into something, it will definitely be worth all the work. You will see the results and rewards for your labor. You may have been working on something quite challenging and important for the last few months, and this is likely to come to a conclusion soon. Ganesha is guiding you to not lose faith while you wait for things to come to fruition. Be patient and appreciate the progress you have made so far. If your hard work has not yet paid off as planned, consider that your expectations may need modifying. There are no guarantees. Be grateful, focus on the present, and do what you can with what you have. There will be an ending to a difficult period of financial or material struggle. There will be an ending. And don't take it personally. Let these people shit their pants. And lastly, let's read from the Book of Happy. Remember that happiness is a journey. If you look back over the past week and remember moments of happiness, even if they're only fleeting, but find that your memories are dominated by moments of stress, anxiety, frustration, exasperation, sadness, resentment, jealousy, impatience, worry, concern, or anger, grab a cup of your favorite tea, put your feet up, and consider this. Happy isn't something you feel only after you've accomplished everything you want to achieve in life. Nope. It's available to you during every step of the journey. But you make the choice of whether or not you experience that happiness. Do not allow yourself to be defined by your circumstances. Grab a cup of your favorite coffee, put your feet up. Happiness is available to you at every step of the journey. Happiness and joy come from within. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you tomorrow. Ciao.